Hello, my name is Mixed Mowers and I'm the Mower Man. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to look at a Lawn Flight 553 Pro that I picked up off of eBay. And I'm going to say it was a little bit of a steal. However, I did take a risk with this sort of mowers because they are a commercial grade machine with a pro roller. And the advert read, I'll try and put it up here if I can still get the advert off of eBay, but I may not be able to. But the advert did read that it hadn't been used in over 5 years and just been sat in the barn. I think from what I gather, he'd moved house and the gardens he inherited were way too big for this Lawn Flight Pro, so he bought himself a little ride-on mower. So that's just been sat in the shed doing nothing for 5 years. It's a 2007, 2008 model. It's done nothing, apparently, but he said it only starts on choke, which I did verify that with him when I picked it up. And I wasn't quick enough to fire it up on choke to test for drive, so I don't know if the drive works yet or not, or even the rotor clutch. As soon as it fired up, it died, and I couldn't start it again after that, so I'm guessing fuel. But before we get on, got one or two parcels here. Now, we all know that I love my Amazon wish list, right? We all know that. And people like Steve the Transit Camper do give me a bit of stick about it. But some people have bought me some bits and pieces because I've done a few little deals and helped some people out and what have you. So let's go through them very quick. This first one, I think this one is from Mend It Man, my old mate Luke. Go and check Lukey boy out at Mend It Man. He's also got mowers and stuff as well. Yeah, this is from Luke. To Mick, I love your channel, and also I think you're a very, very handsome fella. In fact, I do hold a torch for you. I find you kind of good looking in that rough sort of way. Don't know what that means, Luke. No idea. Got myself, this is quite cool, but this is on my wish list. Got myself a little tiny portable fuel tank, a CD one. So when you're running vintage stuff and what have it, and your fuel tank's had it, you can then just run a portable fuel tank. I did see Martin Butler have one a little while ago. He was doing something. I thought, that's a good idea. I'll have that. So I put it on my wish list, and my good friend Luke sent that over to me. The reason he sent it over to me was because I did a little deal with him. He's got an Atco B24 Royal, and he wanted a seat, a roller seat for one, and I had one. So I said, if you can come and get it or whatever. He got a courier to pick it up. And he said, how much do you want for it? I said, well, not a lot. I said, just buy something off my Amazon wish list. So he did that for me. Someone bought me two tins of WD-40. Have absolutely no idea who that was. Couldn't tell you. But thank you very much. If that was you, put it in the comment section below. Someone also, I've got a note here, someone bought me a set of wire snippers. You know, wire stripper snippers. I had a pair of these, which I won off of Colin Ketley's channel a long time ago, but they since broke. So someone bought me those. I can't remember why he bought them for me. I think I helped him out with a machine on a email. Cheers for the help. Proper appreciated. The way you called me straight afterwards to help me out, from Andrew. Andrew Russell. So yeah, that was Andrew. He messaged me, left his phone number in his message or email, and I just rang him up. It was easier. I helped him out and got them all sorted. So he sent me those, so that's cool. I didn't ask him to do that. He just did it off his own back. So cheers, Andrew, me old mucker. What's that in there? That is an air filter for the Lawn Flight Pro. And that's a belt for Taffy's mower. I think these are just spares I've ordered. I think. Yeah, they're just spares I've ordered. And then the last one, I think, again, is from Mend It Man, from Luke. As part payment for the roller seat, he bought me 5 litres of 2-stroke Oregon engine oil, or 2-stroke mixed fuel. So cheers for that, Luke. Much appreciated. That coming well handy. So that's cool. As we all know, Mixed Mowers loves the old Amazon wish list. I love an Amazon wish list. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's in the comment section below. If you want to buy me or Ryder Boy a little something for our channel, then go check it out. So in this video, as I say, going to be looking at this Lawn Flight Pro 553 that I bought off of eBay for an absolute steal. I didn't pay a lot of money for it, for what they're worth, but I did take a risk because it wasn't running. So that's what we're going to check out. So if it's your first time watching Mixed Mowers, hit the subscribe button, whack the old bell, set your notifications to all. That way you'll be told next time I upload another video. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty. Check out this Lawn Flight Pro lawnmower. See if we can't get it to run, start, drive, and rotor clutch all working. If it does, we're quids in. Right, got to clear all that lot up in a minute, but we'll have a mose out. Do you know what? Today is an absolute beautiful day. I've got so much in. I've got a little Honda hedge trimmer coming for service repair. Still got my Alec mower. Still waiting on Mr. Alec to ring me up about what he wants to do with that. I've met some new friends as well. Got a couple of job lotters, you know, standard sort of stuff. So that's the Lawn Flight Pro in what I've got. I picked up. Doesn't yet run. It only fire off of choke, but only did it once. So that's what we're looking at today. But I've met a new friend. My mate, I think his name's Gabriel. He's cool. I like him a lot, right? My mate Gabriel. So, do you remember my other Lawn Flight Pro that I tried to do, and the roller wouldn't come apart? Well, I met this guy on Facebook. He's my healthy competition in my local area, and he does the same as me, just better than me. But he said you could have this. So this is a Lawn Flight Pro 553, the same as a Kaz, but it's got the gearbox on it. And he said the gearbox is good, but it is missing the short part of the roller, and that's a bit I couldn't get off. However, since he gave me this one, I went into the shed the other day and I got out the big hammer and I beasted that shaft, and I've got the small roller now off. Hallelujah. So now I'm hoping I can take the gearbox roller out of this one, put my short roller onto that one, put it all together. I've got a few spares and parts here for a machine, but I'll get my other one out, which I bought for 60, 70 quid, and try and get that running, which then gives me another spare roller, which I bought initially, which was too small, but that will fit on something else. So, if you remember, I bought that other roller, didn't I? But it was too small. Well, my mate Taffy, oh Welshie, all right boy, he gave me this little Cobra one here, and that will fit, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that will fit onto that one, because that drives knackered as well. And if it does fit, I'll then redo this one, overhaul this one, and I'll sell that one on eBay for about 150 quid, something like that. And I'll have another roller for it. So that's that. But one last story before we go. Do you all remember this one? This has only appeared once on my channel. I picked this up. I think his name was Ray from Horsham. I think I picked it up about 3 years ago. It might be a bit less than that, might be about 2 years ago. I can't remember, because we've had COVID. So, but my mate Aidan, he's appeared on my channel. He's appeared down my shed before. Not on a video, I don't think, but he's a bit of a fan of mine. And some bloke called Terrell fixes something. Terrell's toothbrushes. No, not Terrell's toothbrushes. Terrell's toothpicks. No. Not Terrell's toothpicks. Terrell fixes all. He's a big fan of Terrell, and me and Terrell, we're buds, me and him, and my old mate Junior and Slippers. So he asked me if I had a B24, which I do, but it's vintage. So I got an Atco B30, which has been in dry store for about 2 years. So I've done a little bit of a deal. To be fair, he's had it at a good price. It is as it is. It wasn't. I had no idea if it was even running or not. No idea. So literally, I just took it out the old vintage shed and dragged it out. We're doing a little bit of a deal. He can have it for a reasonable amount of money. You know, I'm still making money because I think Ray gave me this for nothing. But Aidan's wants to use it in his lawn care business, so that's cool. Aidan's about 7'5". He's a big strapping young lad, so he can move this thing about. I don't know how he can get in the back of his van. I don't know. But I will say I just literally took it out of the old shed no less than about 20 minutes ago. It had no fuel in it, so I stored it correctly. And put on a bit of rabbit, make sure that drives off, or up Nana's wall. Where's the pull cord there? It has got electric start. I want a bit of choke, Mick. Look at that. She all runs. It all drives. The cylinder all works. So all he's got to do is get a service, tidy it up, and he's good to go. So that's good. So that is for you, Aidan. You can come and get that tomorrow at lunchtime. Don't be late. So that's cool. Right. So, what we're doing today? Oh, that's right. Yeah. So we're doing this Lawn Flight Pro 553 HRS. That's what we're doing today. As I say, got it off of eBay, cheap. And if I can get it to run, drive, and rotor clutch all work, fully serviced, this machine is already sold to my mate Mark. He's buying it off me. He runs a lawn care business and he wanted something with a bit of grunt, and these certainly have a bit of grunt, so that's cool. Because my mate Gabriel, he sent me this one here for bits. I've got some nice spare bits there as well, recoil assemblies and bits and pieces, so got some nice spare bits there. I might even take the deck apart and just sell the deck as is as well, a bit more money in the old bank. So that's cool. So let's get this up on the bench. As I say, it did start on choke, but I only did it once, and I have tried to do it 2 or 3 times, and now it won't start at all. So let's get it up on the bench, quick little look, see what we can't do. Right, so let's get going. So I've got a new air filter for it, as I say, and this is already sold. My mate Mark's having this one. He was after one for a while, and when he saw that my gearbox was a failure on one of my videos where I couldn't take it apart, he was gutted. But I said, hang on, just bear with me, you know, don't lose faith. I'm mixed mowers and mower man, you know, undisputed. I'll find something. So let's have a little look. Oh my lord, the air filter looks like that's pretty rough. Right, look, air filter's at it. It's just dirty birdie, but I've got to be fair, that's not actually that old. It's just the foam. Yeah, that's not too bad. That'll do for a good spare, but that's not too shocking. So I want to do, first off, is turn the fuel off. I want to then stem the fuel as well, because as I say, it fired on choke once, only once. Then after that, it wouldn't fire at all. So I'm guessing fuel delivery. It didn't have any fuel in it initially, and the bloke put some fresh in, but I don't know if there was any fuel in there from when he stored it. No idea. So we're going to go straight in, and we're going to take the carby off. So for those of you that haven't took the carb off of one of these, they can be a little bit tricky, but not too bad. You've got a little 10mm down here as well. They got a little bolt, that's got to come off. I need to find myself a little magnet tray, Mick. Put my bits and bobs in. That all comes apart then, and then you've got a crankcase breather pipe down the back here. Oh my word. That ain't been off in about 35,000 years. Yeah, a bit of a twist. Break the old seal. Oh, right, that's that off. I can go down there out of the way. That needs to be cleaned. I want a pair of pliers. We want to remove the governor arm. It's got a bit of a bend in that governor arm, so someone has been in previously. Governor spring. You want to remove the fuel line out the back here. That's got to come off, so take that off. Excuse fingies. And then just remove that fuel line without damaging it. There you go. Have it like that. Now this one here, you can't remove this carby because of that choke arm. You see, it won't come off. So what you got to do is you got a pair of pliers right on top, and then just twist the whole thing round that way, clockwise. Okay, then that way that little tiny rod will just come straight off, like so. Let's put it back on so we don't lose her. And there's your carby. So as you can see, the carby is nice and dirty birdie. Lots of stuff on top of it. So that's going to be our problem, I would say. Let me get the lawnmower off the bench, and we'll do a carburetor clean. In fact, I might do it up on the bench, to be fair. It's a bit cleaner up there. Get this carburetor taken apart, give it a clean, and see what the problems are, and then hopefully we can put it back together. And I'll give it a bit of a service whilst we're here. Okay, let's get a bit of light on the old subject. Where's my plug for that one? Here it is. Let's put a light on. We can see what we're doing. And a little tiny 10 impact as well, just so I can take the bottom of this bowl off whilst we're hither. Get all that done. Maybe a pair of long nose pliers as well, Mick. And that should just about do a set of files, maybe. Right, that's it, we're there. Got the bits that I need. So let's have a look at this carby then. It's a bit dirty on top. We'll give it a quick little blow off. Get rid of that. Because I don't want to be ingesting anything dirty in the old carb whilst we're cleaning. I've got a little bit of air in the old tank. That should be enough for what I need. For this, I'm hoping not to put it through the cleaner. I'm hoping just to get away with a relatively quick carb clean is what I'm hoping. So, crack that. Tip it up onto its side. Take those bolts out. Oh yeah, a bit gunky in there, look. There's a big bit of stuff floating in that bottom of that bowl. See that big bit of stuff floating in there? Yeah. So that ain't good. So that wants a bit of a clean. No drama. Pin, needle, float. I want me carburetor screwdriver, of which I don't actually know where my little yellow one's gone. That's going to be too big, I think. That's a Briggs one. Yeah, it's too big. Don't know where my little yellow handle one's gone. That's my saviour. That's one I made. Oh, there it is, I got it here. That's one I made, and it's perfect for my Hondas. Perfect. I see some of the other lads, they use screwdrivers and they end up smashing the threads, but with the screwdrivers you got to narrow them off on the sides. Otherwise they're no good. So let's have a little look, see if it comes out. Oh, there she goes. There she goes, Flo. We'll have that out. See what we don't get. Oh, straight out. Yeah, emulsion tube's a bit gunky. It's not rough, but it's a bit gunky. And main jet is absolutely plug solid. Yeah, main jet's plugged, which is nice to see. That's hopefully the reason. We want to take the slow idle jet out as well, or slow idle circuit. That wants to come out. Just so we can get in there, because these Hondas, when they're running right, oh my lord, they're ticking over absolutely beautiful. Go a bit easy with this, because don't want to damage your O-rings. Right, you come. Right, that's that one out. Lovely. Oh, there's no ring in there. Look at that. Look, see. Sometimes it's best to leave well alone, Mick. Toothpick. A little tiny O-ring in there. I can just see it. Come on. It's stuck. Trying to retrieve it without breaking it if I can. There it goes. Oh. Come on, puppy. There you go. Little O-ring there. So that's got to go back onto here. I've got to figure out where that goes. I'll just suss that out. I think it goes on the bottom there, I'd say. But we'll figure that out in a minute. There's a bit of dirt in there now where that O-ring's been sat in there. So I need to clear all that out as well. Make sure that's all clear. There's some debris. Right, so onto a pocket rocket. As you know, I do use the old pocket rocket stuff. I love the pocket rocket stuff. I want to turn the fuel tap to on and see what we're getting. Go down through the hole. Yeah, it's running nice. Back through. Lovely. You've got a hole right down in here. All the way down through the centre. Slow idle circuit. And there's a hole right down in there. Right down the bottom. In fact, there's two holes. There's one down the bottom. And there's one just down the side. One hole there. Turn it round. And you've got a choice of two here. One here. That's not running. One there. Boy, it like that. Yeah, lovely. Got two or three little tiny holes just here, and almost a little tiny pin. Now these they do actually come out. If you just get a little lighter and heat this bit up here, this will actually remove, okay? But you can get in down the side here as well. And just clean that out. Right, we're happy with that. So that's carby cleaned. Let's put that in a rag out of the way. So I don't no more dirt on it. I want a small set of thumb drills, which I have scattered all over my workshop, the old thumb drills. They're absolutely everywhere. Complete set. And as we all know, it's a little tiny pink one, the smallest one we do. And that's the one we're going to put down inside here. To make sure that's got cleaned all the way through in there. So that's nice. We're liking that. That's good. Run that through some stuff. That's lush. Right, that little tiny O-ring, is that going to go back on there, Mick, or what? It looks to be okay. I'm going to try and feed that on the bottom one. Just going to put that on there like that. I think that's where it goes, just like that on the bottom one. So a quick little spray, make sure that's all clean. I was lucky to get away with that because if they break with little tiny O-rings, you've had it. You've had it. You can get O-rings for them, but you know, I'm not going to wait 2 weeks just for a Honda O-ring for that. So the emulsion tube is a bit gummed up, so I'm just literally going to put my file through. Every single where there's a hole, I'm going to poke something in it. Steve, behave yourself. So if you see a hole, put something in it. So what do you think? Have I bought myself a nice little machine here? How much would you pay? How much would you pay for this little Honda if you was in the same boat as me? If you saw an advert that said Honda lawnmower only runs on choke, which it only did once anyway, only runs on choke, blah, 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 blah. How much would you pay for that machine? Bearing in mind it is a Pro Series machine. Put it in the comment section below. Let us know how much you guys would pay for that. As is, you know. I'm just going to give it a bit of wire wool, and all I want to do is just clean this emulsion tube up. Yeah, put it in the comment section below. How much would you pay for a machine, non-running, 2007, 2008, or any machine for that matter, you know, the sort of Pro Series? How much would you guys and girls pay for one? Because they're not cheap. They're not cheap and brand new. I think they're about 1,400 quid brand new. I wouldn't pay that for any mower, really. Right. So I've just blown that emulsion tube out. And that's already a lot cleaner than what it was beforehand. See that? Yeah, all the holes are all now nice and see-through. Just hold it up to the light so I can see all the holes. Yeah, they're all clean. Emulsion tube out of the way. Main jet was the one that was plugged, which is your standard culprit for a lot of machines that fail. Put that straight in there. And just a bit of sideways pressure. Just rimming that jet out. Now, so many people, they message me, oh, my carburetor don't work. Sideways pressure on these main jets and just rim that hole out. It's no good just spraying stuff through it. You need to rim that jet out. You've got to rim it out. Once it's been rimmed, it runs lush. There's a nice big hole in there now, if you can see that. There's a lovely big hole in there. Okay. So I'm happy with that. That goes out of the way. The float in itself in its entirety is good. I'm not too worried about any of that. The pin's good. The bolts are good. We're happy with that. That's okay. So the next thing to do is just literally just this bowl. So that's what it looks like now. And all I'm going to do is a bit of pocket rocket, bit of wire wool. Yeah, some guys don't use wire wool. We use the old Scotch Brad pipes. It's, you know, it's a Scotch Brad pad. It's up to you. Preference, preference, preference. I don't mind the old wire wool as long as you're careful to take all the bits and pieces out. I don't mind. It's what I've used for years. So, quick little clean. It's going to take a bit of work to get it exactly right how I want it. Because this is where, if you don't clean this bit out, this is where it's just going to pick bits up from the bowl. You go through the whole process of cleaning, and it's all for nothing if you don't clean this bowl out. Because the little tiny bits in here, they're sitting down the bottom where you can't get to them, and that's when the problem starts. So I may use a bit of carburetor cleaner because sometimes carburetor clean on just on the bowl itself does a better job. And someone bought me some the other week, bought me 3 tins of that the other week. Lush. Amazon wish list, baby. Bruce's shop's got a wish list, you know. Go and check his wish list out as well. Go and buy Bruce something and say, Mick's Mower said I've got to buy you something. Go and buy Bruce's shop something. He says his list ain't doing nothing. Go and check out old Bruce's list. He's a good boy, old Brucey boy. I like Bruce. Right. Clean up time. Happy with that. A bit more dirt right in the bottom of that corner. I don't want to get that out. If I don't get it out, Mark come back to that lawnmower. I don't run right. So I'm not actually scratching. I'm just oscillating. Just trying to get that last bit of dirt out of here. Right. We're happy. The bowl's in much better condition now. Okay. New bit of rag, Mick. New bit of rag. Clean that bowl up. That nice and clean. And all I'm going to do is blow that out, get rid of any iron filings off the old wire wool. Put that down there. Now I'm going to put another bit of rag because I've got iron filings and wire wool on this doodad. I'm going to take that out. Okay, that's where the wire wool is in there. So get rid of that. That go on the floor for now. I'll put it in the bin later on. New bit of rag. Oh, sorry. Seam. I can't do that because I've got paint in it. Right. Like, now you may notice I'm actually not using my Versa tray because my Versa tray is no good. It all warped. It warped like an old LP. Right, so we've now got the carby back on top, so I'll dry my hands. Oh, I just dropped the slow running idle circuit screw, but I did see where it went. I'm happy with that. Thought I lost that. Right, check all your bits, make sure you've got everything you need. Here's my main jet. There's my other bit there, I need that and all. Come here, you. Come here, right. Okay, right, just dry my hands. There's some of this muck. Okay. So emulsion tube in, we're happy with that. Main jet goes in, we're happy with that. Yellow handle screwdriver, we're happy with that. Pardon me, my tummy's rumbling, which means it's nearly lunchtime. Mrs. P's at work, Nana's at her daughter's, Riley's at school. No one's making me lunch today. Quick little squirt down there. We're happy with that. Float and needle. That'll go on. Come on, puppy. That'll go on there. Bowl can go on now. Now, when you put these on, it goes on with this tap going towards the tank, okay? So you want to put your flood screw opposite side to that, okay? Because we might have to flood this carburetor later on. So make sure your flood screw goes opposite to your fuel tank, all right? Do that up. Just going to nick them up. Not going to impact them. Just not going to go mad. Just going to nick them because I want to come back to them with a spanner later on. So just going to loosely goosely. Slow idle circuit. Just going to double check inside there's all okay. There's still a little bit of dirt in there, Mick. I'm not happy with that. Still a little tiny bit of dirt right down that bottom corner. Just caught that out of the corner of my eye. Where are you? Here it comes, look. The tiniest little sliver of dirt. Look, see that? Look. Yeah, that's sat at the bottom of there. It is there, look. That will have a problem if it doesn't seal right. Right. So hopefully now we can now put this back in, which is ran the right way. And hopefully that will seat if I got that O-ring in the right place. I think that's gone down. Let's just try that. That's gone down yet or not? Oh, it's on a bit on a screw whiff. It's a bit on a screw whiffy. There it goes, that's gone down. Right, that's gone down. And do a little screw up, and you want about 2 or 3 threads hanging out of this. You want two or three threads hanging out the back of her. but you might have to back it off before you put it back on the carby, back on the engine, because you might get the governor arm on. So about 2 or 3 threads hanging out the back of her, and that's it. Carburetor done, mixed mower style. Let's get it back over to the engine, get it fitted, and I'll be back to you in 2 ticks. Right, back over on the old mower. Let's get a bit of room here. I'm going to turn that around, filter that way. So that goes onto there, but you've got to put this one on first, which is your choke. So take it off the engine, put it onto the choke, and then as you fit the carb on, like that, you then want to offer it onto the choke arm. Right? Once you get it onto the choke arm, hold it in place, and then just bend that choke arm back to where it was. And when it goes on, it'll all sit in where it needs to. Okay, get it onto there, get rid of that. Throttle arm, that goes on, throttle governor spring goes on. So easy, so see how easy it's all going back together. See that? That's because I've done it before. That's because I've done it before. Right, I want long nose pliers, which I think they've done the other end of the shed. I should have known. Oh, there's a pair. There's my red pair, my red handled pair. Bruce had a pair like that once. He lost this for about 3 years. Right, fuel pipe back on, and then fuel hose clip, Honda styly. Come on, puppy, get on there. I think that's on. Right, that's all on. We're happy with that. I want a little tiny washer. Goes on there like no, like that. Right, now's the time to choke the machine. Make sure we're choking. So put the machine on to choke up the top end and double check you're choking all the way over, which we are. So I'm happy with that. That all goes on. Crankcase breather pipes on air box, and I'll blow that out with an air compressor as well, because that's got a load of stuff in it. Let's just blow that out very quickly. Cleanliness, godliness when it comes to carbies. There's a bit of dirt right down in there. I'll level that out. Right, happy with that. So now air box goes back on, but mate, don't forget your crankcase breather pipe. That's got to go on as well. All the way on. Turn it over. Air box on. Air box on, baby. Under there. It's all be jet washed off yet and all that old stuff, but come on, sweetheart. Don't muck me about. That's better. Right. That one goes onto there. Couple of 10mm here. Then go onto there. I'll disconnect my fuel hose so that way we can then check for leaks, but I haven't done that carburetor right up yet. I've got to nick that up with a 10mm in a minute. I just did it loosey-goosey. I just want to double check it is actually we're getting fuel down. Do that up, not too hard. You do the old studs in. 10mm bolt goes at the back, in there somewhere. That's that one. 10mm spanner, which I dare say isn't actually in the box. Fuck me, it is. Oh, I'm professional. And I'll do that 10mm up. And then do that 10mm up. Good. Bit of blue rag. Wipe underneath the carby. We're getting no fuel leaks as of yet. That's good. Right, I want air filter because I do. Air filter is, I think, behind you guys. I bought that just the other day, and I'm hoping it's the right one. I think it is. This was about 15 quid for the air filter. As I say, Mark's going to be using this for his lawn care business, so he wants it bang on. So brand spanking new air filter there, Mark. Look at that, that's lush. New air filter. That all clean in there? No, it's not. No point introducing dirt back into the air filter system. So clean it all up. That goes into there. That's got to come off of there first. We'll airbrush all this stuff out later on. There's the doodads. Yeah, somewhere there. There's one. Right, that's on. So I've got a nice brand new air filter in there for your Marky boy. Got to have it. I'll turn my fuel back on now, Mick. That might help things, maybe. Now watch it lash of fuel come out the bottom of the carby. Right, that goes onto there. So next thing I want to do is I want to double check the oil to see what that looks like. Right, we're around the other side of the machine. Let me just grab a bit of tissue. So we'll be doing an oil change anyway, because this has been sat for 5 years, don't forget, 5 whole years. I do believe him, to be fair. He didn't seem like the sort of person that would tell a porcupine. You're a very quite honest John bloke. So let's take the oil filler out. Yeah, the oil looks good. A bit black in colour. It's not overfilled. Don't forget you don't screw these in when you test them. You just poke it in the hole and pull back out again. So it's only 3/4, but the oil is not brilliant. So I want to take all the oil out of this machine now. I'm lucky enough to have a oil extraction pump, which will do the job for me. Yes, I know you should warm it up first. Warm it up first to get the oil out, but I don't know if it runs yet. I might put a smaller pipe in there. I think there's a little bit of water in there too, by the sounds of that. I don't sound very happy. Let me grab I want to grab my my axle stand. There it is. My axle stand. Machine up on the side. If it go, I'm going to pull it out a bit. The only problem with these old machines, they are blinking heavy. Oh, they're heavy. Let's have it up onto its side. A bit more, Mick. There you go, lovely. Right, there you go. Up onto its side now. And then that way we can drain it right out. So that's draining as we speak. It's taking it all out, which is good. So then get that done. And hopefully we can put some fresh oil in. I then want to tip the mower onto its bum, and I'll have the blade off and sharpen the balance of blade. I will check the pull cord condition. To be fair, the pull cord doesn't look too bad. So let me get this all out. I'll be back to you in 2 ticks. Right, next is a blade. Let me remove the HT boot as well. Get rid of that. Don't want the machine fire up, it does want to start. Just going to put that onto there. Now, if I didn't have this 1/2" impact, I'm telling you, that would never come off. It looks like it's been on an absolute age. Now, the blade looks to be quite good condition, but it will want to sharpen. So let me get this blade off, and we'll cool. That was on there too. And I'll just inspect this bearing on the brake brake clutch whilst I'm here. That's easy for me to say, not you. Give that a bit of a clean up as well. So let me get the old blade sharpen and balance. I'll inspect the bearing as well, make sure that's spinning. And all have you. Quick little tidy up, get some grass in here, and then we'll put that back on. Okay, blade sharpened and balanced, all nice and tidy, doled off on the back. Both sides looking very nice. Let me get it all put back together. I have inspected the bearing. That's all good, but it's a bit hard to do it whilst filming it upside down. And let me get it fitted. I'll be back to you in 2 ticks. And then one of the last things to do, of course, is to put in some oil. Just make sure you put in the right amount. I'm going to go for about 400 ml, give or take, and then just test it and just top it off accordingly. So make sure that when you do test these, you're not actually screwing the gauge in, the dipstick in. You're just literally just dipping it. So just dip it and test it, get it up to the right level. Once that's done, I'll meet you outside, and we'll go for a fire. Hopefully it'll run, start, drive, rotor clutch will work, and we'll be golden. But before I forget, new spark plug. Can't be giving it a full service without a brand new plug. So we'll whip this plug out very quickly. My battery's about to die any second. Hopefully there's enough charge in the old battery just to get this done, if not I have to come back. But whip the old plug out. Come on, puppy, there you come. I've got about 2% on my GoPro. Yeah, running really nice too. Not too bad. A little bit carbonated, but brand new NGK going back in. So we put that in, and then as I say, we'll go outside. We'll have a fire up, and hopefully it all works. Have I bought a lemon, or have I bought a little tiny treasure trove that I can sell, or is sold, for very good money indeed? Is it all worth the risk? Let's find out. Right, moment of truth time. Have we bought a lemon? Or is it a runner? Let's plonk it down here. So I'm looking for this machine, not only to start, but to start off its own back with no intervention from me. I'm looking for the drive to work with no juddering and to be strong. And I'm also looking for the blade brake clutch to cut in and cut out as it should do as well. It's got to do all three things. If it doesn't do that, it's more work. So let's see how we get on. So onto choke. Fuel I think is turned on a choke. Let's see what happens. So as I say, 5 years been sat doing nothing. First pull. So she runs. First thing to try is a blade brake clutch. Lovely. Doesn't like to idle, so I've got a feeling there might be that slow idle circuit. Might be that, because the O-ring was a bit knackered. Yeah, I think it's that O-ring circuit's gone. Oh, is the fuel turned off? Hang on, Mick. Let's try that. Give that a second, because that's hunting and surging worse than what it was before. I think the fuel was turned off. That's better. Yes. So no idles, flat out. Now the drive, does it drive? Yeah! Oh yeah! Nice and strong, no juddering. Both. Woohoo! Absolutely perfect. Well happy with that. So there you go, nice little Lawn Flight Pro 553, now all up and running. Did I buy a lemon? No, I didn't. She runs, she drives, rotor clutch all works. It even idles down and what have you. I've just picked up just a touch as well, because it was on the borderline of stalling. So just get another little half turn on the old tick over, and now it does exactly what it should do. New air filter, new oil, blade sharpener and balance, new spark plug. All singing, all dancing, carburetor clean, she's good to go. And what a nice little deal for someone to have a nice little machine for the lawnmower business. So there are, Mark, that one's for you, buddy boy. I look forward to seeing it at the end of the month, so that's cool. Just goes to prove you can buy these bargains off of eBay and on the other selling sites if you know what you're looking for. But of course, it is always a risk. That machine could have been a bit of a donkey, and the drive could have all been broken, and you know, the roller would have to come out and the gearbox done and that sort of stuff. So there is a risk. But I just saw that as that was too good to be true, and do you know what? I was absolutely bang on the money. So super happy. If you like this little video of Mixed Mowers and Mower Man, hit the subscribe button and whack the old bell. Set your notifications to all. That way you'll be told next time I upload another video. I look forward to the next episode of Mixed Mowers very soon. But until then, people, don't forget, much more importantly, take it easy.